I, I see things on YouTube and shit like 300. When I see that movie, I always think, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? If it was up to me, if I could bring that whole era back, whew, that's what it does to me. Men like that, that's what they do to me. Let me see what. Tell me about this fighters. Yep, passion for fighting. This is protecting the women, the children. This is how you remind me, just as coming on again. So this could be that there are some people that are waking up this in men. Page of Swords. Well, I'll tell you what, addictions, and this is addiction to believing everything you hear. Oh, we're waiting on a different story. This could be content with lies being lied to. Yeah. To the bottom of every bottle, that's something you have. This is, I chose my own selfish needs over, and now shit's coming back to me for it. What's happening here? And what I chose to defend and protect. Why does this keep shutting off? I chose to defend other things, and this chick has a witch hat on, so it's like there could have definitely been. How long has this been going on? I don't feel like a lot of women back then messed with that shit, but they could have. I chose the witch in my life. I chose to protect the witch. The ones who either give in to these guys' facade, or the ones who even have their own, because it was a comfort zone. Here we are together, we're both liars, or we're both cover-uppers. So somebody's grandfather called him, don't be a cover-upper. And then what happens? And I see, here's the mirage, the illusion, right? Here's whatever this is. This is, look at all the jewels and money and all kinds, but there's the tornado in there as well. I don't really feel like a lot of this shit was foreseen. How horrible that some of this shit could be for your life. Because what happens is when you're this type of guy and you're put in a situation to defend or fight, this could even just be verbal defense. Amen? Like, no, you're wrong, I saw it, la-di-da-di-da. Doesn't happen much anymore. It will, and not because it's being forced, but because there are women, children, I believe, always deserve to be protected until they just become little jerk-offs and little bitches and freakins. And then I say, let them learn the hard way. If somebody, your kid's fucking 2.5, and I would just walk away. I don't know what's up with this kid. I don't know if they spend more time with the one parent, but I would just give up for a little while. I think you put it, you know how sometimes when you keep giving our attention to someone and they know they don't deserve it, they'll never change. So sometimes you just have to pull back, even if it's your 2.5-year-old. Let that motherfucker sit in a shitty diaper for about 12 hours and see if some things change. You know, they expect you to do it. It can be little imps too. And I kind of turn my back on being a man somehow. Okay. This is also, I like to keep every option open. 1972, this started becoming even worse. Rio. and IOU. It could have been that too, where they got themselves in some things where I owe this one in some way, or I'm being made to feel like I owe them. It could have been, I helped you get through fucking college, my family paid for your thing, and la di da da. Doesn't it suck when you're offered something and you don't even ask, and then it's thrown in your face? Like, don't even offer this shit to me anymore. You know what I mean? And then they'll say, well, all I heard was you complaining about how, yeah, I fucking wanted to go to school and I couldn't afford it. It was topic of conversation at one point. Sorry, you know? And then, before I knew, I was calling myself a whore. When these kind of men are weakened in some way, or they feel weakened, right? This is before it even started to becoming more public about how bad this really got, and it happened through myself and one other. Very similar to me, almost identical. And it needed to happen. This attention on this needed to happen. A lot of you men who you haven't even felt like men in a while. You forgot what it was to be like the mark of a man. So we're bringing back a flavor. We're doing it. But some of you guys actually, you sat there and you heard your grandfather's voice or your father's voices and telling you things in the past about what it means to be a man. Now, it could be that the lack of their presence didn't help if they passed away, untimely deaths, or some of them are, they don't speak much, or they're just different, you know. I think that some of them, especially the veterans who are still here, are overwhelmed with grief that they hide because of what they can feel, what they're experiencing, and some of them are being shown things while they're dreaming, whether they're remembering it or not. But this IOU thing is robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's a series of events that happened that kind of, it demasculated the men, especially when I'm in my suit, and this makes me feel strong with this King of Swords. My suit is expensive, therefore I'm ready to go. It said men's. I got it at the men's store. I'm wearing it. I'm a man. And then there was what? With the otter. Men started coupling up with each other in some way because of these others in their lives. Now, some of you were already gay and you felt this from a young age, that a woman would never even be an option for you. The problem with that, it's not a problem, but what happened is you distancing yourself and alienating yourself from most women created some kind of earned dislike, I'll say, and disrespect. And it could just be with this Page of Swords, it's believing what you hear. You know what I mean? I mean, how many times do we say, oh yeah, man, I did this, my ex-wife, she did a number on me. That motherfucker could have been lying. You know, but it's how you feel inside already, which is going to determine whether you believe that shit immediately or whether you are a little wary of that. Okay, see, this King of Swords here, he's wary of things that he hears. And I think for a while, some of these guys, even they knew about karma and shit coming back to you, so they just assumed, well, I mean, it'll come back to them somehow. Let me have somebody else handle it. And that's all great too, to stay out of trouble and shit. But what happened is nobody was standing up and truly defending because they wanted to. Usually it's, I'll do this, King of Swords, but am I going to be seen? Are they going to give me some kind of pat on the back? Do I get something from this? If not, then I'm going to have to say, I don't think so. And instead, I'm going to be concerned about my next relationship. You know what I mean? And of course, what can I get out of this? King of Wands, this is a lot of attraction towards men. You got me kissing the ground. Wouldn't it be great to go back to a time where men actually worshiped the right women? We will be going back to that. And for the few women that are left, and for even fewer of you who you're that kind of woman where not only should a man stand up and defend you when you need it, but I mean, you're worth them putting their life on the line. Yeah. These guys, some of these guys that were the opportunists, all right, regardless of however that came about, some of it's handed down and shit. It's just a family of we have a whole line of opportunists. Like you have the whole other line of wealth. You have the line of opportunists that want to take that. And what happened is a lot of these guys had the same thing in common. So they start talking to each other about the problems that they're having with their wives. Yeah, my mom fucking drives me nuts, you know what I mean? But these conversations turned into consistent meetings, card games. Oh yeah, I'll be there, and it's separated. Now the men are over here and the women are over here. And the biggest thing here is really about the kids. I'm surprised that, I mean, the Page of Swords is a younger thing, is a younger type of, but I don't feel like that's a child though. P-E P-R V-M People's Point of View, MC ZK. They didn't really care because nobody was making a big deal out of it until somebody has the census or of how many women and children have actually passed away, gone missing, or never found, or just over the past 5 years somebody saw. This to me is like exploring, and this is this divine feminine, and I feel that they just they see that as having to figure her out. Like, I don't want to figure women out. They already know the men. You must be just like me, and if you're not, it just became lazy. Like, I can just turn. I don't like them, so I don't want to talk to them. Is this how you are with women? When I said that, it hit somebody that I say that I don't like this guy, so I'm just not going to talk to him. Did I do this with women that I actually like? Do you know how many of you intentionally destroyed something that was going to be at least good? I mean, but assuming that it's going to be like the last one, or just assuming this is where the subconscious comes in. I wonder how much the subconscious has to do with this, and how much the nanos have to do with this too, and then programming those things to turn you against, to have you, like, how deep is it? And they target one guy, and these would be the King of Swords. These would be those guys. Like, who the fuck? I used to be like this, man. I remember being here and being younger, and we would just drop motherfuckers. You know what I mean? We weren't concerned. And some of you were like, I barely got arrested. Maybe you were protecting women, or you protected the right person, and this is why no repercussion ever came. You have this divine protection, you can call it. When you're protecting the right people, they protect you. That's another as above, so below thing right there. And this one's tough here, because this one's, it appears, alright, the fact that they don't need a lot of attention to me is the same as too much work is required. How did that happen? Does that make sense? Like it became, if I can't be who I'm portraying myself as without being questioned or found out, I'm not interested. So instead, they abandon ship. You know, there's like, oh, you know, I get a message. I get her phone number and shit like that, and she's great. She's a loving person. She's fucking happy. She does her own thing. You know what I mean? Why is this such a problem? Checking my phone. They're used to that. They're used to the girls calling them, blowing their phones up, going, "Hey, you didn't call me. Hey, where you at? What you doing?" So that they can ignore it. It's the way that they dealt with the previous betrayal or letdowns from just this lifetime, was to avoid certain women where they felt this may be a challenge for me, so I'm going to need them to show more interest in me in order for me to be interested. And that's not really what it was. It was, I'm going to need them to show more interest in me so that I don't feel this insecurity or this possibility that I may say or do something that's going to turn them off. So instead, I'm going to take one of these other options here. What is this? This is anticipating a husband or a relationship that's easier for them. It's easier for the ones who I can tell want to date me long term. I can keep them hanging. I can be together one day with them, and then I can go be with my guy friends, and then be single, and they don't hold me accountable. Then you'll get some message from some really nice woman or some great woman and shit like that, or she could even wind up coming by where you're at, you know. And then and then you breadcrumb this one. It's, look, here it is, like, it's beautiful out and shit like that, and she could be out by herself, and this is the one that you actually like, and it's like, hey, how you doing? And that's like, good. Then you see this friggin' fucking thing show up, and it's like, hey, it has a lot to do with how they view themselves when they look in the mirror. This isn't just a girl thing. Yeah, it's not all from women. It's not all from women. As some of these guys, there's always at least one woman that did a number on one of these guys. Oh, it has to be. It has to be. Even if it's the mom not being a good mom, or sisters that always got treated differently, and it just created some kind of diversion with them. But there's a woman somewhere along the line. Fulfillment of wishes. Yeah. If you said it out loud and went like this is what it really was. When you're trying to tell younger men and even younger boys what happened, it would be like me saying, you see that car? It's my favorite car. I have the means to buy it, but I buy something I don't like instead. It's me checking out this woman, even with the message could have been, I'm out with this one, but I'm still kind of posing as single. You know what I mean? This one takes the bait. This looks like something, like I throw it out and it comes back like baiting. And then here comes this other one, and then while he's there, he'll message another one that somehow she knew where he was at, or you mentioned that you may go by there later or something like that. He's very, very clever. This kind of guy is very clever. I didn't realize it was narcissistic supply. I didn't realize how much supply I needed. It was like a drug for me to get this kind of attention off of women. And then you get the attention from men as well, and so now you're comparing the attention and who wins. And here she is. There's the message, Queen of Cups. Hey, that he could have even messaged this one before, and then she didn't get back to him right away, because this one's a free spirit, like we said. This one doesn't stop what she's doing unless she wants to. Now, see, some women force themselves not to stop what they're doing to respond to a guy, and this is also self-sabotage. Why wouldn't you respond to him right away? Even if your response is, hey, in the middle of something, but got your message, I'll call you later. It's respect. So he messages this one at first, and I feel like she was out, or you were running, or you were fucking work or something, you were busy. And this guy felt, well, it's been 12 minutes. This one gets back to me in 8. Now he's already thinking, this one must be desperate. This is how this kind of guy works. As a King of Swords, this is a narcissistic type of guy who needs to have control of something. And so 12 minutes, 8 minutes, I'm going with this one. Impatience comes with this. Now he's sitting at the bar. Hey, how you doing? Hi. She goes to grab his hand and shit, and he pulls away because he's still thinking about this one the whole time he's sitting there. But he feels abandoned. I would never say this, but clearly that's what it was. Why didn't I just wait for this one? You know what I mean? Why am I so impulsive when it comes to making the wrong decisions in this particular area? So then, what happens? He feels abandoned and shit, and then. No, he's like, well, I mean, I guess I'll just take this one, yeah. You were second choice, yep. But he's still angry inside. This tower moment to me is, I can't even concentrate on what's going on here because I would have rather at least she may not have gotten your message, sir. This looks like the kind of woman, if she has headphones in and just fucking skips through the city and shit like that, she may not even bring her phone with her. She could be that kind of woman. Or she takes time to herself, which is why you're so attracted to her, really. She puts herself first. I'm attracted to it, but I don't like it. Right, it is, it's, what do they call that? Quite the, whatever it is, right. So now it's nighttime. It's daytime here. That's when, this could have even been, I'm busy, something, or I can't, something that was honest. That's how they took it. It doesn't matter whether you're being honest or not. It matters how the person on the other end is receiving it and what they've been through already with shit like this, where now, if we could speak, sir, I'm a little fucking insulted that you just put me in that category just like that. You know what I mean? Here I am, I'm getting a fucking tan. It could have been the kind of thing where she's like, oh, good, you know, this is the message, exactly. Maybe we can get together later and get a drink. And somebody sent back, okay, cool, or something like that. Now it's up to you to take action as the man in this situation. Once in a while, a woman will do it, but we don't want to fucking do it. We're not the men. So I feel like this woman was outside, and I think she was excited for it. And then next thing you know, here comes nighttime. But here's the thing. This was also intended to get her to show up, to create some kind of controversy. I didn't necessarily want controversy, but I guess I did. I wanted to see and observe, to see, maybe he wanted to see you and this one to see if there would be some competition, but also to compare. Guys like this are always comparing and wanting, well, this one looks better tonight, so now I have to make an excuse for this one. This creates this, what is it? It's, no, well, I mean, I used those words before and I try not to use them again. I'm really not in the mood to look for synonyms for just being uneasy about the situation. I can't sit here and just, what if they went out with someone else? You care enough to think that, sir? I mean, clearly you're with the wrong one. All right, so it's nighttime now. Now I'm pissed. Huh. Now you don't know you know what happened with some of you? The fucking woman was killed. Car accident, freaking. Some things happen to these women that you never heard from again. Why don't we factor that in? See, that's something I would factor in. Do you know why? Because I always try to put myself in the other person's shoes. Like, I don't owe you an immediate response. I just met you the other day, or we just kind of met up again. Right. Truth. So now it's like, I have to know. Right? I need to know. Why didn't you respond? Why didn't you show up with the strength? I really need to know. Wheel of Fortune. This looks like a lot on someone's plate. That's the first time I looked at that and thought of a plate. somebody with the strength, they could have a lot going on. Or the message could have been, hey, we should get a drink whenever you're free or you're not busy. And they said, okay. Or it was read at the very least, right? This guy has other guys that know about this. He made the mistake of saying that he texted you or he saw you or he was interested in you. So now it's a problem where you could have even dated some of these guys he knew in the past, or you knew them or something like that. Oh, you went out drinking with them. Okay. Been hanging on and holding on to every word. Is that another thing maybe? Is taking what someone said and turning it into something that it wasn't because of some other situation that you left. This could be immediately you left and it left a bad taste in your mouth. And this person could even have the same fucking name as the person who left. You know what I mean? It could be some things like this where, what do you do now? I had this interaction and I didn't like it. I need to get rid of this somehow. I'm not going to text this one because when I text them now, I expect my ass to be kissed because I didn't get it here. And for some of you, you're getting your ass kissed and you fucking hate it. So you told the universe you didn't like it. This one was brought to you. This one's not an ass kisser. I must like it, right? Now we have some of the people that you're friends with, some of the people in a group of people who are secretly planning on also messaging this person. You have one friend in particular who dated or slept with this person in the past. I want to see what's up with this. Yeah, disruption. They ain't doing good. With the rest and rejuvenate. This could be an ex that was crazy. Is this a friend of yours or a brother or cousin or something? But this person was fucking crazy. I feel like this woman who dealt with this guy could never get a break. Unless this is the guy I'm talking about. So let's see what's up with this. I'm gonna disrupt your sleep. I'm gonna disrupt your life. I'm gonna disrupt your fucking panties if I had to, right? This is what that person is like. Huh. Oh. Somebody's a sculptor or they build things. They with their hands or tools or something. Huh. Oh. Is this their own business? This could be this guy. I feel my business suffered because of this. They lost this, and I think when they lost this is how she skipped the fuck off. Like, it's like, we're a 22-year marriage. I want a divorce. She's like, done. You're such an intimidating woman. Is that what happened? I mean, I honestly think that this guy thought that she was going to be crying, like that there was going to be disruption in her. And I honestly feel like this bitch just sat there in the fucking woods, possibly hugged a tree. You know what I mean? Popped a Coke and a smile and shit. Maybe grabbed some Coke and... I believed everything you said to me. Yeah. If it were whatever, it's just pink, right? Who knew? Cousin Alex. This person, oh man. I want to be in front of people and seem like I'm good with this. Ha. We're done. Done. but it is difficult. Did some did somebody that's like, dude, you're dressing like you're wearing a straitjacket intentionally. Somebody wore some kind of fucking coat or something with buckles on it. The damn thing, the buckles look like they were almost around the back of the coat. Like, I understand this is a fashion thing, but for somebody who claims to be a meditator or a spiritual person, it seems like you're having a hard time accepting this. So you said forever. That could have scared somebody. And I think it was the woman. This feels like, oh, I'm gonna be in your fucking life forever. And I think that what he wanted in response was fear or worry or, okay, we can stay together. And I feel like she's like, I'm gonna go to the beach. In fact, I'm gonna get a drink on the Strand. And I mean, I don't have that much money, so maybe I'll get one drink and an appetizer, but this is her mindset. See, someone else's, this other chick here would be, the first thing that she would think is, how can I keep him here? Which is you putting this man over you. Men don't respect that. There's a certain way that you have to do that. There's a functionality of the whole thing where they want to know that they're important. Ha! But if you put them first too much, it's almost like, it's like you're giving all of your power to them, and there's no fun. These guys, they like puzzles. They like figuring out puzzles. There's no mystery here. This one is a complete fucking mystery. So hold on a second. You're telling me after 60 years of marriage, this 80-year-old broad just say, get the fuck out of my house? I like it. Something like that, but a little bit younger here. Wow. The Eight of Swords to me with the moon would be close to, this seems more deeper than just being 302'd. This seems like I want to make sure that I exhaust every outlet I have and every dollar I have, and that could have been what happened to this business. I want her watched. I want her stopped. I want her fucking live. What did you do to this guy? Is it even warranted, this anger? Tell me. What did you do? What did she do? I think with this in the reverse, it's just I refuse to be juggled. But this isn't even that. This is, well, I can see you once in a while. I'm not saying we're never going to see each other again, but I'm not going out of my way, or I'm not sliding you in the way I used to. That's all. This is consequence for not appreciating her when you had her, the way that the love and the attention that she gave you. You didn't acknowledge the attention, and that does something to someone after time goes by. Yes, this is even, I don't want to be a fucking wife anymore. Somebody just said, I don't want to be a wife. Yeah, and then the other was like, I refuse to be Wednesday. You know what I mean? I feel completely shocked and overwhelmed that this woman just, look, I'm done. Look, you say that living this life would be lonely. Is it lonely for you women who are like this? Where I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to take classes on how to be upset when you tell me that you can't see me for the night because I can feel you're just trying to get a reaction out of me and I just don't have it left? Tell me you're never with this woman, and this is why you're fucking single. Like, they really do want the ones who break their car windows and shit and force them to pay. That's... Somebody threatened you with divorce, and this woman got divorced immediately. Alright, I don't know if you have money too, or this was your business together possibly, but somebody was like, you know what, that's a fucking great idea, but she never said a word because this woman is all action. I don't even feel like you check your phone a lot, or that I'll look at a text. You could even be easily distracted, but it's not it's not distraction that's going to destroy your life. It's that, oh shit, I actually just did forget. When you're like this, people, they expect your attention a lot. Yeah. Somebody's got kids to take care of, and then another one on the way. And for this particular guy, the complete disbelief that you weren't even concerned about how you and the kids were going to be taken care of when this shit runs out made him think that you already had someone in your sights. See, this is also another problem when it comes to these types of guys. They're overthinkers, just like women are. And they're already thinking, she's got to be seeing somebody else. She wasn't even upset. Oh, man. Okay. I don't wait for you. I don't feel that. I feel I'm fucking patient, and I it's not necessarily waiting. It just happens to be time that passes where I don't have a lot to do. You can make yourself feel better and say that I wait for you if you want. I don't even feel like you care. See, the thing is, if this woman acts like she cares, then that's sending the wrong message to you, and then you'll bring it up again when now she just doesn't care. 3 weeks from now, you're going to make it seem like it's her fault. Like, maybe I do. Maybe I care one day. And then either something you wear, your pants are too fucking tight for somebody. Your pants are tighter than hers. That's a problem for this kind of woman. Some of you, your shoes were almost platforms, or you tried some new fucking weird shoes, and she says, on top of that, the pants, I believe you. That we need to split. Speaking of split, I mean, there's a woman who watched her man walk around in what looked like fucking ballerina shoes because he could barely walk in these pants, and if he moved the way a man's supposed to move, he would have split them down the middle. That's a no-no for certain women. When I wear yoga pants, and I'm telling you that your pants are too tight, there may have been some changes along the line that we didn't discuss together. And yes, what you wear matters when you're representing me as a woman and you're my husband. Some of these men started putting fucking makeup on and eyeliner and shit, and then getting mad. I'm just not used to seeing you with my Mac in your pocket when I go to put your fucking coat away. You know what I mean? To this kind of woman, it says there's a possibility that they could be gay, or that they're going towards that, and this is a protection thing for this kind of woman. To just blow it, okay, I'm giving you what you want. You said you wanted, either you said now you wanted to go out with your boys, and I was okay. You know what I mean? That bothers a guy like this. Everything is for reaction. Everything that I do is for reaction. This grew. Now these guys talk with other guys, and it's like, yeah, we just talk about the wives and girlfriends and shit. And then what happens is, the very few men who, if they don't remove themselves from this, because it's like, I'm not fucking losing my wife over this, you know, but the very few men who don't agree with this, they don't speak up anymore. So this becomes now, this is just what it is, right? We go out, we talk about our wives and girlfriends, we don't say anything good about them unless they're here or their friends are here and we can feel it. You eventually become a fraud to your own self, to your family, and living in a glass house. And that's another thing, throwing stones at glass houses and shit like that. As a man, how many times did he make you cry? Like, you make me cry. You used to make me cry with good things. Now it's I cry because I think I don't want to go to prison for removing my husband from this earth, but there's a possibility that may have to happen. It's that bad. Oh my God. The mental torment of, I need to talk to you, I made a mistake, and then he gets you there, and it's just to see if you give in. That's it, because once you're there, you can feel the fucking disrespect and the dislike. I can feel that you don't like me. Why would I stay married to a man that doesn't even like me? Yeah, I just have another out. They just don't want you to be with someone else. So, is this what it is now? Let's say that this kind of guy, you're finally rid of him, the divorce is final, or it's been that long where you split up, where I feel like the coast is clear. And then you start dating somebody else. They feel not so much obligated, but they feel that entitled to now meet this guy. I feel like 6 days is long enough for us to say that we're still friends, right? Remember, this King of Swords needs to have control. And this is why there are many options. Even if I have too many to control, it still looks good for my image. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell kind of guys this guy hangs with, but it feels like they're all bachelors, even if they're not. Yeah. Oh wait, where's that one? There it is. This is a marriage. This is a commitment. Other opportunity at something solid. Yeah. What? Give me the something for that real quick. This person that she's going to meet, actually, whatever they do for work, they deal with a certain type of woman, so they've been around the opposite of this woman for a fucking long time, and they are going to appreciate the shit out of her. I'm telling you, he may wind up saying, move with me and shit to another part of the world, because whatever the situation is with this guy, it's dangerous. And you could have said, I wish I would just meet somebody that can just commit to whatever they say. It doesn't even have to be me, but when you say something and you bring it up, just stand by that. That's it. You don't have to stand by me, shit, but stand by your word. Right, honor the commitment. That'll be great. You're going to be happy over there. I feel like this cat has more than what he's showing, and it's because of shit that he's been through too. You know what I mean? I tried to make it work in some kind of relationship with someone too, and I see now, this guy took notice to the differences between this kind of woman and the other women where that put him in this space that you're in, sir. So, song. Teddy swims at the door. You're amazing. I'm not sure what's going to happen to this guy, but these are some of the reasons why you're confusing. You just stop defending and, I don't want to say protecting, but when this became okay, it became okay to just not even care about what's happening to kids as well. What's going to happen to this guy? Damn. I heard choking. Someone's eating so fast. Are they trying to watch you? They're shoving food down your throat. Look, you change people. This is why. It's there's a possibility that the universe doesn't even want you in a fucking commitment because you wind up being affected by other people's experiences in life. You are that trash dump for fucking emotion for people. And I think it's hard for you to be in a commitment. Yeah, like I'm committed to me. This feels like I hired an investigator. Oh boy, what are you doing? I thought you didn't have any money. I'm telling you, they could be a Taurus. What? I think they wanted to hire an investigator. They can't afford it. They offered to do some kind of work for somebody instead. And I honestly don't think that this investigator wants anything to do with this. What happened with this? Somebody was like, I got my money is fucking tied up in the house and this, that, or the other, and the divorce and la-di-da-di-da. Well, what about your friends? You can't borrow some money off of your friends? Well, I mean, a lot of them are in jail. See, that the excuse is whether these things are true or they're fabricated or they're just complete lies. This whole thing to this investigator, this person is just not looking good. I think that I'm just going to say, I don't really... Yeah, look at this. This is, well, money's tight right now, but, like, I got money all up in things and stocks and this, that, or the other, and it's like, I can go fucking cash this in and that. You know, when it gets to the point, right, where you feel like enough time has gone by, but you still haven't gotten a straight fucking answer, like, where is she, and what is it you want me to find out, and instead you get the entire story. It almost feels like you're grooming me to take your side first. That's dangerous for an investigator when you're going into something. You shouldn't even be spending this much time talking to this person, or you cut this shit short, or you should. Yeah, here you are. Like, turn your back on this shit, man. I'm telling you, because what you don't know is that the reason that they're robbing Peter to pay Paul to go rob Jeff, and then they're sucking off fucking Ivan to fucking, not you, my love, but they're sucking off to I walk alone. They don't have anybody else. And I think that what really happened here is the guy friends of this guy and their wives like the wife better. I don't think they admit it because he's a short fuse and he does weird shit with no regard for consequence. He's a liability. Yeah, I don't know if he was part of some group. I don't feel like they want him at the club anymore, is what I just heard. So, yeah. Hold on. What, you know what would be nuts? How many times did this happen where the guy hired an investigator to watch the wife and shit, and the investigator winds up being with the wife? That happened where it was like, all right, this is like some kind of gang member or something like that. And it's like, well, what do I do? Do I give him a lie? I don't want to lie to the guy, so I'll just tell him that I'm not interested or I can't do it. You know what I mean? And then, but I'm interested in this woman. Yeah, and why this woman doesn't want anything to do with him is because there have been deep business things and even some drug and arms things where he triangulated his own wife and got her. See, some of the attacks on their home and their cars and shit had to do with him saying that she was involved with something, whether you know this or not. So I just hope that this investigator that you are, just because someone calls himself a fucking private eye and shit doesn't mean that they're aware or they're on. You get somebody that's awakened, and they would never, 5 minutes after talking to this guy was covered in fucking sweat and shit, smelling like friggin' Knob Creek or somebody else's knob. My advice to the guy, let this thing just, you know, I think that you used to be in building or developing or something like that, and you know more than anybody that when something keeps going wrong like this, it just, the whole thing needs to fall so that now you can rebuild fresh. That used to be like your thing when you were on the up and up and shit. So I hope this helped. Thank you to the men who acknowledge that there may have been some slipping, whether it was me or I just separated myself from men who seemed like they didn't care, you know, because there's different groups of this stuff, but I fucking love you. Somebody has to love you unconditionally to show what unconditional love is, and if that's me, that's me. Test me. Fucking love yous either way, and this usually comes from the type of woman that can defend herself and doesn't feel like we need that. We just would appreciate it. It's different the way that we see it. Love you.